9-month-old water-glassed egg.
The chicken.
As you can see, it's very much winter here. Winter conditions are crazy for chickens. A lot of times they gotta come out here, break up their water because the water is freezing up every single night. Egg production falls substantially, sometimes all the way to 0. And even at this point of the game of winter, like we have to start throwing out hay or straw to give them a little bit of ground cover and some warmth. Another thing in the winter is a lot of times we have to supplement the chicken feed because there's just not a lot of stuff that they can get to with all the snowpack. These chickens go through food a lot faster and they go through water a lot faster. This little heater right here has been a lifesaver. So if you guys are struggling with your water situation, this holds 12 gallons and you throw one of those little heaters in there and these guys are able to continue to drink with no problem. It doesn't freeze up. Right, girls? Right, girls? Right, girls? So it takes a lot of babying. We got to come out here and check the food. We have to come out and make sure the water's not frozen. And having over 40 chickens, we definitely have a routine. Right, pups? Right, pups? Let's go, let's go. Let's go. Here's our chicken coop back here. The girls are in there. I put in a little window so you can see them. They're in there already starting to roost. Got laying bins over here. Hey girls! What we're doing today is finding out how good water glassed eggs, 8 months old, are they still fresh? Can you water glass eggs for up to 2 years and them still taste fresh? Is there a difference in the taste? Preserving fresh eggs for up to 2 years. Today, we're testing them at 8 months old. Are they still fresh? Welcome back to all of our subscribers. If you've missed our earlier video on how to water glass eggs for preservation without refrigeration for up to 2 years, then this is our actually taste test on how those eggs taste. But the question is, are they still fresh? If you're brand new here on our channel and like news that affects you, prepping tips, emergency preparedness how-tos weekly, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. Even having 40 chickens, our egg count goes way down. Six eggs? Come on, girls, you can do better than that. As many people know, egg production can drop significantly in the winter months. This is why all the old timers and the homesteaders from way back then knew all the tricks about long-term food storage. 8 months ago, I showed you guys how to water glass eggs, preserving your eggs for up to 2 years without refrigeration. This process is really hard to mess up, storing them up to 1 year, and that's basically at room temperature. We stored these ones at in-house room temperature, which means, you know, give or take around 70 degrees. But if you're looking for optimal results or shooting for that 2-year mark, you're gonna wanna take and consider the conditions: cool, dark, clean. With that, it's gonna give you the best case scenario. And with it being winter and us water glassing these eggs last year, chicken egg production is starting to go down right now. Not a better time for this video. Learning these self-sufficient homesteading, long-term food storage preparations like this, such good information to know. So today we're gonna taste test them for you. If you wanna learn the process of how to actually do this, it's not only cheap, inexpensive, but easy to do. With water glassing eggs, the success rate is nearly 100%. So if you're in question on your ability to do this, don't. You can do this. And I'll leave this video at the end screen at the end of this video, and also I'll leave it at the top of the description down below. So that way after the taste test and you know they're good to go, you can go about doing your own water glassing. So now you can do water glassing eggs in 5-gallon buckets, food grade buckets. And in the how-to video, you'll see that we use 5-gallon buckets, and you can get upwards to 300 eggs in a bucket. So in this video, you can easily see that we've went to glass jars, a smaller apparatus to keep the eggs in, because you wouldn't believe how much a 5-gallon bucket of nearly 300 eggs weighs. And when you're going to your food preps area, your food pantry, and you're tugging around a big old 5-gallon bucket, especially if it's not close to the kitchen, well, you learn real quick that that's not what you want to be doing. So we've slowly learned and went to 1-gallon glass jars. Another good option is those 1.5 or 2-gallon buckets. Sometimes you can get them at grocery stores. They even got 3-gallon ones. Pickles come in 3-gallon buckets. If you go to somewhere with a bakery, oftentimes you can get their frosting buckets, which are usually right around that 1.5 gallon to 2 gallons. Now, the nice thing about a 1-gallon glass jar is this thing holds like 40 to 60 eggs. Much easier to grab, put on the counter. It doesn't take up as much space as a bucket, doesn't look as bad as a bucket on your countertop, and it just all around makes more sense when you're not in a survival situation. So if you didn't know, an unwashed chicken egg can last a long time without refrigeration. You can put these directly on your countertop. We're talking about a couple months they can sit on your countertop. And if you want to get away with another extended month or more, moving them to the refrigerator at that point, unwashed chicken eggs will last quite a while. You're wanting to push that 4 to 6 month mark, or even to a year or to 2 years, you got to go with the water glassing eggs method. So pushing 9 months, this is what it's going to look like right here. What you're seeing is pickled lime, hydrated lime, or calcium hydroxide, and it settles right down at the bottom, and you'll see it also on top of some of the eggs. And when opening it up, you'll see that lime just kind of crusted on the top. That's totally normal. You give it a smell test. A little bit musky smelling, pretty much just the lime. That's all you're smelling, as long as everything went well and nothing broke in there. It's common to have a broken egg or a cracked egg, especially when you're using the 5-gallon buckets, because the eggs weigh a lot. And if you do get that cracked egg, most often it's not gonna be good. But you can go through the rest of the bucket. Most often, not all of them are gonna be bad. And that's another reason why we scaled it down to the smaller size, because those eggs are extremely heavy, especially when you're putting 200 to 300 eggs in a bucket. So also when examining your eggs, you're gonna just look everything over. Everything looks clear, a little bit cloudy down towards the bottom, smells fine, looks fine, no broken eggs. This is exactly what it's supposed to look like if everything went well. So you might be asking, what do you use these eggs for? Well, basically just about anything you would normally use a fresh egg for. Cooking, baking, you can even have eggs over easy. Okay, so what we do when we remove the egg, we like to rinse off the eggs to get all that lime off of the shell. That way it doesn't drop any of that lime or taste into whatever you're making. This is a kind of a visual comparison test. This egg we gathered yesterday, this egg is from our water glassing eggs. From what I can see, they look exactly the same. This one has a little bit of different color to it, but I think it was just the color of the egg. I don't think it was anything else. Otherwise, it might be that it's just still a little bit moist compared to this one. What we're gonna do now is a comparison test. This one's the fresh egg from just the other day. This one's from 9 months ago. We'll go with the fresh one first. There you go, it looks normal. Everything looks normal. Then we've got the 9-month-old egg. So what you'll notice right away is that this fresh egg holds together much better. The white in this egg is much more runny. Everything looks fine here. Smells fine. Smells exactly the same. So what kind of test should we do? Should we do over easy, scrambled, both? I prefer scrambled eggs across the board, but I know the more popular choice is over easy, so let's start with that. Okay, so for starters, we're gonna go with the fresh egg. Okay, so what we cook in oftentimes around here is avocado oil. That's not too bad for doing over easy. I don't ever make them. So there we go. Farm fresh egg, 9-month-old water glassed egg. So right out of the gate, the biggest difference is that egg white spread out a little bit quicker. My attempt to over and easy with this one. Okay, so like I said, I don't make over easy eggs a lot. I'm a scrambled kind of guy, and I'm sure you're gonna let me know all kinds of tips on how to make them correctly down in the comments below. So we'll start with the fresh one. Tastes amazing, just like farm fresh eggs do. So now the 9-month-old water glassed egg, no salt and pepper, no seasonings, just the oil I cooked it in. Texture seems fine. I did kind of a bad job at doing the over easy egg. I'm telling you, it tastes identical to the fresh one. Perfect. 9 months old, guys. 9 months old. No kidding, I cannot taste a difference. I still find it super amazing that you can eat fresh eggs nearly a year later. Let's try the scrambled eggs. Fresh egg on this side. Nine-month-old water glassed egg on this side. Again, smell test fine. You can see that the brand new egg holds together much better. Everything smells fine here, very liquidy. So you can see the water glassed egg a little bit thinner, mixed together better. This one's a little bit more chunkier. Yesterday's egg. One or 2 day old egg. 9-month-old water glassed egg. There's a difference. This side is the fresh egg. This side's the 9-month-old egg. The appearance of this one's a little bit more orangey than that one. Okay, so here we go. This is the fresh egg. Fantastic, as normal. If you guys out there haven't had farm fresh eggs, not washed, just like straight from the farm, we free range ours out in the yard in the summer. Everyone tells us our eggs are the best eggs they've ever had. So if you guys don't have a homestead, don't have chickens, but love eggs, I would definitely find some fresh eggs that you guys could buy. Farmers markets maybe. Fabulous as expected. 9-month-old water glassed egg. Maybe a little more yolk, maybe a little bit more yolky, but the yolk in this egg may have been a really dark yolk. But as far as fresh goes, like, it tastes amazing. Now, 100% honesty. If someone was to blindfold me and put both of those in front of me, I would have not known which was which. Hands down, wouldn't have known. So if this is something that you're wanting to do, something on your bucket list, get crossed off the list. I'm telling you, it's hands down super easy to do. So now we've got a couple buckets stored in a cooler place, but this 1 gallon jar right here happened to sit right in our pantry right over there the entire year. And that's when it was hot. It's probably gotten to 80 degrees in here, but ballpark typically around 70 degrees. And at 9 months old, they taste fantastic. Water glassing eggs, an old long-term food storage technique from the old timers, the old homesteaders. It's how they stocked up on eggs in the summer when those chickens were producing lots and that winter time came and they needed food to carry them through the winter. Learning this technique makes you more self-sufficient, less reliant on stuff like electricity, because let's say we experience a rolling blackout or a major power outage, in which we're already experiencing tons of those this year, and they're all over the world. Well, a lot of people, when that power goes out in that fridge, they lose food. Food spoils, they lose a lot of money, but more so they lose the food that they were expecting to be there. So knowing how to water glass eggs for long-term food storage is extremely valuable for even if you had to do it right when the power went out. Granted, these have to be farm fresh eggs that are not washed. But there is a technique out there involving mineral oil and a couple other methods for if you did stock up on eggs from the grocery store, you can still get it done. So if you agree with me on this being a valuable skill to know, another tool in your tool belt, please share it out so all these newbies out there, younger generation, can still learn how to do these old methods and techniques that I personally find very valuable. And also let me know if you've done this yourself, if it's on your bucket list, if you're gonna do it, if you wanna do it, if you're scared to do it. Let us know what you're thinking down in the comments below. And again, if you guys would like to learn the steps on how to do this, on how to water glass eggs, for up to 2 years. This video right up here is the video that teaches you step by step on how to do it. And right down here is a video that YouTube thinks you'd like to watch next. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you on the next one.